I wanted to talk about my review of the Steam Deck. I've been working a lot lately, so having a Steam Deck is crucial. You could say I love playing with my big fat deck in bed. My girlfriend got it for me as a early Christmas present. I've had the Steam Deck for about a week and a half now, and I'm really enjoying it. I've done a lot of research before getting it, looking into mods, comparing handheld PCs, and deciding whether or not to go Linux or Windows. A few key things mattered to me when deciding this. I wanted a nice trackpad for games like RuneScape. I wanted the OLED. I have a Samsung Fold 5 and the OLED on the phone is gorgeous. And I wanted something lightweight for playing in bed so my hands don't get cramped. So also too, battery life was important. There's no point of having a handheld if I have to keep plugging it in or keep it plugged in for the maximum performance. I already have a powerful PC, so getting the best FPS or frame rate or hertz was not a big deal for me. I just wanted a great experience while gaming in bed. I always found that Windows was a terrible device to have, any Windows based device, because they were clunky and it wasn't made for touchscreens. I've fallen in love with Linux based systems because they're clean and they're tracking you in the background, so that's not really good. I wanted us to build a Steam machine even before they announced the Steam machine, mainly because I was tired of the bloatware of Windows. However, I wanted to play Battlefield 6 and Tarkov, so I didn't fully commit to Linux yet. I ended up choosing the Steam Deck because it runs Linux and Steam OS. I wanted to try something different and ordered it Friday before Black Friday, thinking Steam never discounts a OLED, especially the 1 terabyte version. It was a mistake, although I later realized the Legion Go S also came with Steam OS, had 32 gigs of RAM, and a faster chip for the same price. Handheld PCs use an APU which combines CPU and GPU with the Legion Go having 32 gigs of RAM. That means you can dedicate more of that RAM to VRAM, meaning better performance for the same price compared to the Steam Deck. Even with that, after about a week, the Steam Deck, yeah, I don't regret it. Sure, Reddit will say, hey, get the Legion Go, get the Legion Go, but I'm happy with it. The build quality is great for my first handheld PC. This is the best handheld in the situation for me. There are some bugs, although I keep thinking that it could be the way I undervolted it. For example, when I go into from desktop mode to game mode, I don't see my custom SpongeBob boot up video. I just hear the audio. It might be because I undervolted it to save battery. That was the main point. I also ran into some issues with this Switch controller. When I tried to use it dock, the game is running, the Steam menu would pop up, but I couldn't control the game. I'm not sure if it's a problem with the game or controller, so I will have to come back. Maybe I'll make another video about it. After about a week of use, I started modding it physically. I got the JSOX V2 backplate because it has better cooling than the V1 version. The first version backplate gets really hot and the plate is sticking out, so I wanted the V2. However, the V2 comes with vents, which might suck in dust, something I'm not fond of. I've seen reports of that dust could mess with the cooling and other components, and also because it has a vent, it doesn't mean it's getting perfect airflow throughout the entire device. I have to imagine that Lord Gaben himself or the engineers at Steam know what they're doing. I also changed the joysticks to prevent stick drift. When I tested them, they weren't perfectly centered when I did the thing. I just adjusted the dead zone to get a better feel. I also added a joystick riser for better grip, especially when I'm playing Dirt Rally. Since I have big hands, the JSOX mod case is perfect for me. It fits well and it improved the ergonomics because of the grip and just the size of it. It did add a little bit of weight. For performance, I added lossless scaling and FSR to improve the frame rate, but the frame rate isn't something I, how do you say this? You get artifacts. It's like a jello effect. It's like something got smeared on my glasses. The Legion Go might be more powerful, but the worst battery life was a killer for me. There's no point of me playing AAA titles if the battery life is poor and I can't get full use unless it's plugged in. I think it's 33 watts is only allowed when you plug it in at all time. To make up for the Steam Deck's slightly weaker hardware, I use Moonlight Streaming. It lets me stream the game from my powerful PC to the Steam Deck so I can enjoy AAA games while saving battery because it's using the image rather than using the hardware that's on the Steam Deck. If I really wanted to play AAA games or games that require anti cheat, I could just stream it from my PC. I'm probably not going to be playing competitive games on a little handheld. It's just not what I'm aiming for, especially Tarkov or Battlefield or Marvel Rivals. That's just not what the goal of getting a Steam Deck was. More mods are coming, but overall, after the week, the Steam Deck has been everything I wanted, so I highly recommend anyone to pick one up. One of the biggest selling point for me too is the fact that I can mod it. Having aftermarket support and Steam support is also very big for me. So a couple of mods physically that I did was the joysticks, the Hall Effect joysticks. For some reason, they're kind of crooked. The left joystick kind of like leans to the bottom left a little bit. The right joystick leans a different way. I'm not sure if that's normal because I took out the OEM joysticks already, so I don't know if the OEM ones stay in the middle when you check for the dead zones, but I'm not sure. One thing I do love about the backplate is it's the nice purple, atomic purple, like the old school Game Boys. If you guys are afraid of the vent, I would say put tape over it. I just put tape over it and no air is getting through that. So you still get the benefit of the better backplate, but you don't have to worry about the vent. If you don't care about dust going into it, hey, all power to you. Take out, just don't have tape on it, you know? So thank you guys for watching. Yeah,